AskReddit by Brandon Awi. People who have lost 20-30 pounds. What things did you do different? Portion control. That's the biggest thing. Get a calorie app. Put everything you eat or drink in it honestly and accurately, including the oils and butters you cook in. Stay at a calorie deficit. Weight comes off. Measure and weigh everything. Don't eyeball it. A kitchen scale is dirt cheap these days. Don't even have to exercise to lose weight, though of course extra calorie burning is only going to help and it's good for you. I know people hate hearing it, but I just ate less and did more. I'd wait about a half hour past when I was hungry to actually eat. I'd eat slower and a slightly smaller portion. Your body gets used to that pretty fast. As for the exercise, it started with short walks around the block and just started to get longer as I got more used to them and eventually became a love of hiking. Lost a bunch of weight just eating less and exercising more as well. I like the dry chicken breast test. If you wouldn't eat a dry piece of chicken breast right now, you are not hungry. Deleted. Total napkin math, but there's about 3,500 calories in a pound of pure fat. You consumed 182,500 fewer calories over that year, which is equal to 52.1 pounds of pure fat in calories. Impressive work. Move to Nick. Walking a lot plus being broke can help you lose a lot of weight. I visited Nick for a week and literally lost 8 pounds. I wasn't overweight to begin with, but walking all over town while pretty much keeping food intake calories the same, I dropped weight. One day I walked 17 miles. From Lower East Side, across the Brooklyn Bridge. All over Brooklyn. I took the subway back, otherwise I probably would have made it 25 that day. One of my most favorite travel memories. I had to choose between food and mortgage payments. I changed my diet and exercised more. Yup. Less snacking and a 30+ minute workout every day dropped 20 pounds in under a year for me. Reduce carbs, processed foods, alcohol. Walked a lot more. Worked on my mental health and anxiety. No soda, no snacks, more walking. Take this with a grain of salt because I still have 20 more to go. But the other 30 pounds went away when I started running every day and making it a point to replace one meal a day with a salad. For the running, I cycled between walking and running for 5 minutes each for half an hour and slowly increased the time spent exercising. The hardest part truly was showing up, but the rotation of walking and running made it feel less daunting and more sustainable. The trick I got into was if I really didn't have the motivation to go running, I would put on my running clothes, but tell myself that I didn't have to go if I really didn't want to. But when the only thing left to do is just go outside, it takes far less motivation. Stopped eating after 8 PM. Only drank water. Sounds like bullshit, but this paired with monitoring my calorie intake took off about 28 pounds in 4 months. It probably helps I only drink water and the occasional, once or twice a week, Diet Coke. Yeah, I pretty much cut out all sugar-packed sodas and energy drinks entirely. It really helps. The most I have now is a diet soda like once a month and an occasional V8. I counted calories. When I reached my limit, I quit eating for the day. The distinct lack of magic food or magic diet comments is great in here. I lost 40 pounds by walking a minimum of 7,500 steps a day, strength trained 3-5x week. Lastly, I counted my calories to track what I was consuming. I aimed for 1,500 calories a day and prioritized protein, 100g plus diet. It took 6 months of consistency and keeping to this routine has kept it off for 3 years. I'm doing this exactly. It'll be a month on Tuesday and I'm already 12 pounds down. Hard part is over, getting started. Now I'm just enjoying the process and the progress. Cut alcohol completely and paid more attention to what I was eating. I ate less and moved more. Portion control. Just stop eating so damn much. No one's saying you can't eat unhealthy foods, just eat less of it. And for the love of God, get up and move. And if you can't determine how to eat less, look at calories religiously. It also helps to overcalculate calories. A sandwich might be 2 pieces of bread, a piece of cheese, a piece of meat, and a condiment like mayonnaise. The real numbers could be 90 calories per bread, 80 calories for cheese, 100 calories for meat, and 90 for the spread of mayo. In my head, that's 100 plus 100 plus 100 plus 100 plus 100, 500 calorie sandwich, even though it's actually 450. But if I think every meal is 50 calories more than it is, I'm gonna end up eating less in the day. More protein plus fewer carbs plus daily cardio. Keto. Having a hard rule that I follow every day and every meal worked for me. Before I tried keto I thought it would be unsustainable. Now I think it's the only sustainable healthy eating plan for me. Cut down on carbs by a lot. Doing so lessened my cravings for sweets and my appetite overall. I also started moving more. I don't do keto, I still eat fruit, mostly berries, and veggies, but I try to avoid pasta, potatoes and rice. Still cheat occasionally and don't worry too much if I'm traveling or somewhere where there aren't good options, but if it's under my control, I keep it low carb. Stopped overestimating my activity level on the calorie calculators. I lost 135 pounds in 9 months limiting carbs, with an emphasis on fats and proteins. I got a kitchen scale and we weighed and mowed everything. Whole foods, portion control, a calorie deficit and being in fat burning mode, ketosis, the entire time made all the difference. Appetite was a non-issue the entire time. Went from 320 to 185, 6 feet 2 m. Diet and exercise. Stopped drinking alcohol and I started using food as fuel for my body instead of just eating what I was in the mood for. I dropped about 60 pounds from October 2019 to August 2020. I've kept the weight off and formed good habits. Depression works really well for weight loss. Accompanied by self-loathing. Combo of extreme anxiety and depression for me. Can't gain weight if you can't eat. Not snacking and just being a bit more mindful of what I was putting in my mouth. Calorie counting with some light walking. Biggest help is having a list of staple foods that are tasty and work well within a calorically restricted diet. My goal would be 2 pounds per week, so giving myself leniency meant I could still lose at least 1 pound. I did weekly goals as well. Like no ordering out or drinking a certain amount of water a day. Doing goals a week at a time was much more manageable and also kept me interested cause I could keep switching up my goal week to week. I really like the idea of weekly goals. Going to give that a try. Clean eating. Basically cut out processed sugar, eat lots of fruit and veggies, lean proteins. 9 years ago I made the decision to get healthy. Wanted to lose at least 30 pounds, ended up dropping 50 when all was said and done and have kept it off. Quit soda and caffeine of any kind, portion control, and working out a bunch. Still maintain good portion control and still love to get out there and sweat. I eliminated all the things that made me fat. That means I cut out all fast food, garbage, processed canned frozen foods, ice cream and damp, sweets, and breads. I lost over 60 pounds, but I can tell you it was a big adjustment for me. Before, I was living on garbage. Now I live on fresh meats, fruits and damp, veggies. Rule of thumb is, when you buy groceries, buy the stuff on the outside aisles. That's where the fresh foods are. The inside aisles, as a general rule, is where you will find the garbage that is setting you back. I don't believe in exercise as a significant part of a weight loss regimen. Exercise is important for general health, though. Increased protein consumption and lowered portions. That's it. From 260 in January to 215 in March. No exercise, no gym memberships, nothing but eating control. That's a huge loss. How many calories are you consuming per day?